right, income disclosure.
Practicality dictates that everyone's results will vary, as we are all unique and different. Basically, it takes hard work to make a substantial income in this business. Some people will make no money at all. The earnings of a World Global Network partner will be 100% dependent upon their skills, work effort, commitment, leadership capabilities, and also market conditions. Common sense would suggest that in most opportunities, one would find exceptional individuals performing well above average, while others perform under the average. World Global Network does not guarantee any level of income or your success. The average participant in World Global Network earns less than $500 per year. This does not account for any business expenses that one might incur while building the business. To see our full income disclosure, please visit our website at www.worldgn.com. Practicality dictates that everyone's results will vary.
You don't need to hear it again. All right, just get my slide deck up here. So like Sierra said, I have been with this company, it's going to be a year in February, which is absolutely crazy to think about. But one thing that was really cool about this journey is last April, I think it was, I had the privilege of going to Thailand to hear from our corporate staff, the CEO himself, and really hear the vision of this company and where it was going and all the goals and plans that they had to change healthcare through self-care as we know it. And to start to see some of that come to fruition, even this week with kind of a lot of the announcements being made, it's really been surreal to kind of see it come full circle. So excited to share a little bit more about that with you guys tonight. So our company is called World Global Network, and we are a publicly traded company. It's been around for about 6 years now, but this is the first time it's ever been in the US, and that's often why people have never heard of it before. So we're launching our continent. It's been about a year or so now where we've been in the US and Canada, and we are launching our flagship product, though the Hilo, which we're going to talk a lot about, around the world all at the same time. So we're kind of in this unique situation where we're launching a product globally and also launching here in the United States at the same time. So I absolutely love this quote by Bill Gates because I really think it summarizes what we have in front of us. So he says, the secret of success in business is knowing where the world is going and getting there first. So I have a question for you all to get started. If you want to just type in the chat box, you can give me a thumbs up. If you're driving, don't do any of the above. Chad can be here with us in mind. But are you all familiar with a Fitbit, an Apple Watch, those wearable devices, multi-billion-dollar companies? Most people are, right? It's kind of hard not to have ever heard of a Fitbit at this point. So knowing what you know about Fitbit and how big that company is and how much money they've made, in case you don't know, it's billions of dollars. Knowing that information, if you could have gone back in time and the CEO of Fitbit, back when Apple first started, if they called you and they said, we are about to start a wearable device, a company, and get into the wearable device market, and we want to give you the opportunity to get involved right now. And as we go forward, can be paid off of every device sold around the world. What would you have said yes to that? And it's pretty much a rhetorical question because who wouldn't, right? We weren't given that opportunity. Wearable tech has never been in a space where the average person can make an income off of it, but we have that opportunity right now. So I promise you, no matter what you decide after this presentation, you've never seen anything like this before. So our flagship device is called the Hilo. Okay, it's a wearable that you wear right on your wrist. It does a variety of functions. Okay, it does heart rate and breath rate and mood, energy. It does blood pressure, which has been really exciting to be the first ever device to do that non-invasively from your wrist. Basically, we can monitor our biometrics non-invasively, from our wrist and through our smartphone. Okay, there's also a guardian function, so you have the ability to monitor loved ones around the world. As long as they're wearing a Hilo and you give them permissions, now I can see what my mom's metrics are doing. Today I was messing around. We also have a panic button. It's on the side of the device. You push it twice, and whoever you have set up as your guardian, they will get an alert that you pushed your panic button. Okay, in case you're in a situation where you can't pick up your phone and make a phone call, your phone isn't right next to you and you're hurt, thinking of like our aging parents where maybe they're in a situation where they don't necessarily need to push life alert and get the ambulance there, but they just need somebody's attention. I made the mistake today, just kind of messing around. I pushed my thing twice to see it. I was trying to be for fun for my husband. And I forgot I also have my mom set up as my guardian. So she's calling me, and I'm on a call also on a webinar, and she's freaking out. And I forgot that she's on the other end of it. So it works really, really well, even when you're not intending to alert someone. But lots of implications and in circumstances where that feature has been really, really exciting for people. So I want to talk about the space that we're in before I kind of get into our exciting announcements. We are in the trend in the industry of wearable technology. So last year, and this is according to Forbes, Business Insider, not according to us or our company, the industry of wearable tech in general was a $14 billion industry. Okay. Forbes predicts that where it's going, and we're on our way there, it's going to have $20 billion of growth in the next 2 years. There has recently been data and research and articles that have come out that in the next 6 years, in the M health category, meaning mobile health, there is going to be a $600 billion increase, because this is where healthcare is going. There is going to be reimbursements on insurances and for doctors for using wearable data to help with their patients. This is just where the world is going in terms of this space. So this is where you say opportunity. When you know a trend and where something is growing and you are on the front end of it, that is opportunity at its finest. They say wearable tech at some point will replace the smartphone, and I have no doubt in my mind. Okay, so a little bit more about this device and its features and where it's going. So we have the ability to, because of our what's called our open API, we have an app store. And we are about to flood that app store with apps. So now it takes our device from just having these 8 functions to having hundreds of functions. As these app developers continue to fill our app store, and people can download apps to now make this device more customizable for their needs. So that's a home run for our customers. And it's because now they have the first ever device that has a wearable device that has its own app store that they can make it exactly what they want. And from us as from the business side of it, that's an amazing opportunity, because anytime people download apps, that's going to be residual income for you. That's going to be something that you get paid out on through microtransactions. You can do a little research on Apple if you want to see the potential there. Apple gets $3 billion in revenue every single month because of their app store. And we're hot on their tails in that space. So some things that we've, prior to this week, you guys, you are the first ones to hear about this, which I'm very excited about. Prior to this week, when we've done this presentation over the last year, we've always been saying, in time, we will also be able to do non-invasive blood sugar monitoring. It is here, you guys. I'm going to touch also on the alcohol monitoring. That is to come. I want to share a little bit of vision of where this company is going, but I'm really excited to talk about the blood sugar monitoring. So as of next week, our next device is going to be coming live to the market. It is called the Hilo LX Plus. Okay, basically, in our current device, the Hilo LX is not going anywhere. Through that app store, it's going to continue to expand and evolve and be awesome. There's just going to be now a higher, with some clinical grade sensors, essentially. So when people want some more, more in-depth data, that's where the Hilo LX will come in. And what was just announced this week, in case you aren't aware, I'm going to actually go forward one slide to show you a picture. Right now, this week in Las Vegas, it is one of the busiest weeks of the year in Vegas because it's the Consumer Electronics Show. It is the largest electronics show in the world. All the tech giants from around the world come together. LG, Apple, Toshiba, Sony. I mean, this fills the convention center and hotel ballrooms around the city. Okay, and so it's absolutely huge. This is the first time ever a network marketing company has had a presence at this event. Never before. And we were invited to come because of what we are doing in technology right now, in life-sensing technology, that this needs to get out to the world. And we've had live feeds from some of our business partners that are there. People are walking by our booth going, because of how big it is, and major players in healthcare and the diabetes world and in alcohol monitoring and all this stuff are coming saying, wow, we're so excited that this technology is here. You guys, this is so, so huge. So kind of going back again to these two devices. So we are the first ever wearable device to non-invasively do blood sugar trends. Okay, I'm going to go back to this slide now. So our Hilo LX will be able to give a three-level reading essentially through this. And this extends is just a little thing you will put on your fingertip, and between that and the Hilo, and then reading on your smartphone, it'll give you trend data on what your blood sugars are doing. So it'll tell you you are either low, medium, or high. With the Hilo LX Plus, for people that needs a little bit more in-depth and more detailed data, it'll give them a range of up to 9 levels of blood sugar readings. Again, from low to high, but obviously you're going to be able to hone in there a little bit more. And that's because, again, that one's a little bit different. It has the clinical grade sensors, and there's 4 of them on there. So between that and the Extents, it's going to be able to just give you a little bit more in-depth reading. So to beat Apple, to beat Google, all these companies that have been working on this technology, you guys, we are first. We have beat them to market, and they're just like, as they're walking past this booth, everyone's floored and think this is just absolutely incredible that we have this. So really excited about that. The software is going to be called the Sugar Trend. Next week, our Hilo LX Plus, our next generation device, that's when that's going to start to ship. We will hear in February the date that the Sugar Trend software will be available for download. So I want you guys to appreciate the moment of time we're in. We are pioneering this technology. It's here. It's been tested many times over, and that's why they got it ready, so it was fully ready to come out publicly at the Consumer Electronics Show. And at this event, they're showing people how it works. People can come over and read their blood sugar levels, and they're demonstrating it to the world. So very, very exciting stuff. So get back to our company a little bit. This is our CEO and honestly the genius behind this technology. So his name is Fabio Galdi, tech genius. Like I said, this company's been around for 6 years prior to moving into wearable tech. He was one of the first people to bring the internet to Italy. How often we use touchscreens, he was one of the first inventors of that. So just really known for kind of that tech development and creating new things in that space. And he just decided to move into wearable tech because he is a diabetic himself. His father just passed away a couple years ago from diabetes as well. And he was just like at a loss. He's like, with what I have and what I'm able to do, I just had to watch this illness take over and him pass away. And I want to give people the ability to improve quality of life, to be able to have an idea of what's going inside before they're symptomatic. So he just is actually a movie. There's a great story to go with it, but he's really passionate again about the diabetic community and the ability to monitor blood sugars. But that's why we got moved into wearable tech, and everybody is just thinking this up and down right now for what we're doing. And also a common question we get is, why is this is another wearable device. It's rising fast at the top of wearables. Why is it in this method of distribution versus at the stores? And the reason he chose that, and honestly, if you know the world's economy today and you kind of study it and look at methods of distribution and what moves a product, nothing moves a product faster than word of mouth. And stores are going away. Brick and mortar is being replaced by click and order, and online business it's the trend. It's where things are going. So he knew if I want to be able to improve lives through this device, what's the fastest way I can get it out across the world? And you guys, last year we sold nearly 1 million devices. And like I said, we passed Samsung and passed Sony and all these major wearable players because of the method of distribution and because we're the only device that does what ours does. So that's why he chose this model. And also, so hundreds of thousands of families could be less financially, again, just versus the big CEOs in these stores. And my computer's frozen. There we go. All right, so I mentioned at the beginning, we are publicly traded. We recently changed our ticker symbol. It's now WCOR. So if you follow stocks at all, go and check that out. You can kind of see where we've gone over the last year. And I encourage you over these next few days, watch it as well. The last time they were at the Consumer Electronics Show, and a year ago this month, it wasn't actually World that was there. Toshiba. We have a partnership with Toshiba. They manufacture the chips in our device. So the last time they were at the CES convention, they were using the Hilo as their entrance into wearable tech. So they came to Fabio and wanted to buy the Hilo, but he wouldn't sell because I'm sticking with network marketing because I know this is how we get this out there the fastest. So instead they decided to form the partnership. So you can see on this slide here, as of last January, that's when that stock spiked so much, is when Toshiba featured the Hilo at the Consumer Electronics Show. So it'll be really cool to see what happens now that we've announced to the world that we're the first ever non-invasive blood sugar monitor. So I already talked about the open API in our app store. We're all headed to LA in a couple weeks, and we're going to learn a lot more about some of these apps that are coming out, and really, really excited about what the future means with this. My background is public health. One of the things that I'm most excited about with this, the blood sugar capabilities, is even what that means for people, not necessarily just diabetics. Like this is applicable to all people, because our blood sugars, most people are out of balance. So your blood sugar reading basically is just, it shows how much blood glucose is in your blood after you eat and whatnot. And ideally, we want that to be balanced, and most people's aren't balanced. They're either high or they're low, and both aren't ideal. You want to be balanced. So now with this capability, people, as they consume things, as they live their lifestyle, they're going to get that real-time feedback of, what is my lifestyle doing to my blood sugar trends? So for the first ever, we're going to have such better data, again, for people just within weight maintenance, which is absolutely huge. So you guys, I already mentioned there's no comparison. There's no other device out there. In the network marketing space, we are the only technology company. So I love talking to other people that are in the industry, and they're like, wait, you're tech? Like, we don't do tech in this industry. So that's really, really fun to have that conversation. And it doesn't compete. So it complements and can be just an additional stream of income for a lot of people out there already in this space. We've been all over the news. As you can see, here's just a small snippet of some of the news bites we've been in. Fox News, we had Carson Daly wearing a Hilo on the Today Show, and it was not a paid spot. They reached out to us and said, can we feature this device? You guys are doing some pretty cool things. So that was awesome. If you want to see that video, we all have it on playback, so we can show you that as well. I mentioned where we've come already. We've sold nearly 1 million devices. This slide was from in May, where we had come and how we had risen so fast. By the end of next year, we're fairly confident we're going to be number 2 in this space. And by 2020, definitely be dominating in the wearable space, in the wearable market. So people ask, sometimes they'll say, well, what happens when Apple or some of these other companies can do blood sugar monitoring? I say that's good. With how many, there's over 400 million people in the world that are diabetic or pre-diabetic. We need more people than just World Global Network to be addressing this issue. But we're so much more even than what that just blood sugar monitoring is going to be. And we only wanted a 3% market share because the company's goal as of 2020 was to be a $2 billion company. We already surpassed with we got 5% market share. So we're good with just a small piece of this market in this huge booming industry. So our Hilo is amazing, but we do have one other product I want to mention. It is called Biozen, and I had one sitting here somewhere. So this is what it looks like. You can see on the screen she's holding the same thing. Basically, it's a sticker chip technology that you put on your electronic devices. So if you're not familiar with the term electrosmog or EMFs, which is electromagnetic frequencies, I encourage you to do a little bit of Googling on it. You can see there's more and more data coming out about it. It was actually on the news, I think, 17 times on the national media just in December alone. We're going to start to hear more and more about this because there's a lot of research being done in this area. And very simplistic, basically all of our electronic devices, they put off EMFs. And as they do more research, they're seeing that that has a negative effect on the body. And we are more connected than ever in the history of us because of our smartphones never leave our bodies. We have more tablets. We are just more connected. It's the way of the world, and it's not getting any better, I don't think, after I see what's at the Consumer Electronics Show. But so they're showing that the cumulative effect of that exposure to these EMFs, it's really not good on us, and what it's doing to for as far as brain fog, that, you know, you always used to hear like, don't hold your phone up next to your head because it's going to give you cancer. They're starting to do the research on this stuff and just showing, yeah, this is something we need to raise an awareness to. So basically what you do is you put that sticker chip on the back of your electronic devices, and now my phone no longer elicits a stress response from my body. Okay, and so again, I have it on the back of this computer, my laptops, my kiddos' tablets, your baby monitors, all of that stuff that has those signals. You want to protect your family. You want to get something like this on there. If you're just like, say, what? Like, are you being anal? Google it yourself. Start to look at it. I just was looking up some other information today, and I saw a flood of articles it's more and more. You can go to cancer.gov and they talk about electrosmog. So definitely something to pay attention to. One exciting announcement that came out of the Consumer Electronics Show this week, this is now, the Biozen is now a Class 1 medical device. So the European Medical Council has now, because that's where our company is based out of, they've taken this and they've certified that it does what it says it's going to do. So we did get that Class 1 medical certification. So that's really, really exciting. It just gives validation to what our Biozen can do. So these are a couple more of our corporate staff. We have Dr. Alessandro Sanatore. He's behind our comp plan, which genius man. We have Antonio De Rosa over here on the right. Maybe a name you've never heard of before, but he is the concept designer for the iPhones. So he's our chief design officer here at World. So he has designed our devices. You'll even notice our packaging is very Apple-esque. So it's been really cool. He's an amazing one to even follow on Facebook. He's brilliant in this space of design, and you can just see how his mind works, and he's developed our devices, and that's kind of where that sleekness comes from, and it's just been really cool to get to know him as well. So you guys, we have a AAA rating in the DSA. We are, like I said, publicly traded, monitored by the FTC, top 100 network marketing company. Last year in 2017, we got voted by Business for Home the #1 direct selling product. And January this year, we just got voted. We are in the top 100 of all network marketing companies in the world. So there's just proof everywhere that we are definitely in a good place here with World. And we are a global company. So you can build in 195 countries around the world. So, and it's not always who you know, it's who the people you know, who they know. And that's where you can start to get those international connections. And some of these things that we're able to help with, as we call it, our breakthroughs in humanity, to give people the first ever ability to monitor, you know, what's going on inside. You have the ability to have a global impact on health. Like, if you stop to take that blows my mind sometimes, and I really appreciate the magnitude of that. So the only place right now is in North Korea that we can't build this business, but I think most are good on not pioneering that one right now. So this just kind of gives you perspective, a little bit of what's been done in the last year. This is off of businessforhome.org. This is actually 3 months old, so some of these numbers have changed. But basically, suffice it to say, the purpose of this is within 1 year, we of the top 100 network marketers in all companies around the world for any length of time, we already have 10% of that list, and nobody's been in this company for hardly more than a year. And Ramasio Fulcher, he's number 42 on this slide right now. He's number 19 currently. He is our direct upline. He is mentoring our organization. We are on calls with him on a daily basis, and he's teaching us how to do this industry, how to share a product with the world and do it in an efficient, simple manner. And I can't wait to tell you guys about our systems. So how do you get involved with us here at World? We have kind of this unique situation. It's in traditional companies, you have to, buy a business kit. That's not really how it works here. You just basically, we have what's called our Customer Referral Program. So you just buy our product, and then you can start to refer customers and take advantage of our compensation plan. So you just need to decide which pack of products is best for you. So this slide, I'm going to kind of talk about what is available, but this slide was as of last week. This is all changing. So if this is something you decide at the end of this that you want to be a part of, get back with the person that invited you, and I'm happy to jump on as well, and we can talk about, okay, what your needs are, what you're looking for, and what would be the best fit for you based on what we have coming this next week. So there we have the bundles for the Hilo LX itself. We will have options for the Hilo LX Plus also. You can get them in 4-packs. There will be no more 6-pack, but you can get the LX Plus in a 4-pack, or just LX itself in a 4-pack. Again, the single devices. Also the BioZen. So that's, again, even this week, you're going to see a lot more coming out about that. This is huge. And so if you really appreciate what that's doing, what people will do is they'll add a pack of BioZen onto the pack of Hilos that they get. So they can make that, they can sell those chips individually, and you can just make your money back right there and actually get a free Hilo out of the deal if you do the 1350 pack of BioZen and get the single Hilo. So that's an option too. But we'll once you decide, we'll powwow with you and we'll help you figure out what's going to be the best pack for you. So once you get enrolled with us, the second step is to become a team builder. All that is basically is you bring in 2 people to do this business with you, or customers. The fastest way to take advantage of the compensation plan is for those to build with those family packs. That's where you get the 4 devices, and you're going to be then at our 20%, where you get to earn 20% on your team volume right away. Now, and you earn that for life, which is kind of cool. I was in another company previously, and you had to maintain a certain level of numbers to earn a certain percentage of all on your earnings. And here, once you get your first 2 in, you always will get 20% going forward. Step 3 is become a team developer. You just now help your first 2 people get their first 2 people. And now you're a team developer. You have unlocked the rest of the comp plan. We have up to 10 generations of check matching here. There is one, when you get to the rank of diamond and you do that 4 times in a row, there's an extra $1,000 on your check there. Just lots of different bonuses available to this comp plan. And when you do this first thing in 7 days, we have something really cool that got added last month called the Team Developer Bonus. And basically, if you do it in 7 days, you get 3 shares in this bonus pool and can earn up to, it varies every month, but it's usually an extra, $300 to $700. If you do it within your first 30 days, you're going to get an extra bonus on top of your regular commissions. So again, we can break that down for you based on what your goals are. We're going to sit down and just basically help you outline what you want to do here, outline a business plan for you. So the last thing I'm going to talk about as far as what we have to offer is our loyalty membership. So what it is you get our upgraded app on 5 devices, and that's where you get extra cloud storage. And I know sometimes when you swipe on your phone, it draws, but if anybody's doing that to be fun, please stop. Thank you for whoever got that away. You get a protection plan on your device. So if you were to lose or break your Hilo, you can replace up to 1 a year. The 2 things that I'm most excited about the loyalty membership is that you get 75 points, which are the equivalent to dollars, in your back office every single month. And then you can take those dollars and buy more product. So you're paying in 59 and you get 75, and you can buy more Hilos, more BioZen, whatever it is that you want to use every single month, and that just builds. I'm not going to spend a lot of time talking about it, but we also just, for our members, launched a phone. So people use their loyalty points to get this state-of-the-art smartphone that has that BioZen sticker chip and technology actually built into the phone. So first ever radiation-free phone in the world is available to world members, again, through the loyalty membership. You also get an extra 1% on your commission. So every month, we get paid out weekly here. Whatever your commission is, they will take that and add 1%, but they will put it in a savings account for you called your money box. And after 12 months, you get paid that out. So this is where the first component of our residual income comes in here. So they're really calling it a revolution in the industry. First of all, it's a tax write-off because it's part of your business. But we have an 80% retention rate on the loyalty membership because it's not more product. In other companies, you're familiar with, you might be getting, different supplements, different makeup, or whatever it is sent to you every single month, and that's their residual income in their, their auto ship program. Ours here, it's more income and services. So we have a really, really high retention rate. I think the industry standard is about 12%. So I absolutely love this loyalty membership. And touching on residual income, the other component of that is the App Store. Because you just sell these Hilos one time, people have their apps then, and there's a Hilo App Store link. And then once they go into their App Store, all of that will be just continuous volume that as people download more apps for their device. So kind of in summary, and that's really bright, we have no competitors. There's nobody else doing what we do in network marketing or even on the consumer side of things. There's no cost to join. You just become a customer of World, pick your product out. You don't have to requalify in any of these ranks. There's no monthly shipping charges on that loyalty membership because, again, you're not getting additional product, you're getting more money. We're a global opportunity. I mentioned how we're a binary comp plan. I don't think I did say that. You just build out 2 teams. So we have a 21% binary. So if you're in this industry, that's pretty uncommon. And that extra 1% again comes from that loyalty membership. We have up to, if you come in with the family pack or above and you maximize the comp plan, you can earn up to $600,000 per week is our weekly max with the 3 business centers. Again, the check matching, there's trips. The diamonds and above are going to Punta Cana in April. It's just really an incredible opportunity. I'm going to wrap this up by talking about positioning. With that binary comp plan, basically once you get enrolled, you get your position in the company. And as people continue to grow and join the company, that volume goes underneath you. And that's kind of with the momentum, with what we have coming out this week, we have an insane amount of people coming to World now that want to be a part of this movement and bringing this technology to the world. So it's kind of important. We want to make sure you get your questions asked so you can make an educated decision on if this is something that seems like it would be a good fit for you, because once you decide and you get involved, you do start accruing that volume from the people that come after you. So just wrapping this up, thank you guys so much. What I'm going to do is I'm going to close this out. I do have the recording. If anybody wants to see it, just ask the person that invited you. You can just get back to them and let them know, yeah, I'm in, let's talk about packs, or I have some questions, or if this decided something this wasn't for you, or I just think I just want to be a customer and buy a device. From the business side of things, if you know anybody that this could benefit, again, as a customer or this is a business opportunity set, we always appreciate referrals. So go ahead and shoot that somebody that person that invited you, somebody that might be interested in this. And if you do have questions, I'm going to close this out. We're going to jump off. I'm going to open up this line back in 15 minutes. So let's see, that is let's say at 8:45. If you have questions and you want to talk a little bit, me to dive in a little bit more, I am more than happy to do that. So just jump back up on this line and I will be here. So thank you guys all again for taking some time with us this evening and joining us to hear about World Global Network. Take care, guys.